So today we're going to talk about that big, huge question that every beginner breeder or beginner keeper asks. We get these inbox about what morph to start with, what morph should I invest in, what program should I work. We're going to talk about all of that in this video. So let's jump into it. Hey guys, what's going on? Will here, Flawless Crested Geckos. I'm all coffeeed up. Been on the road driving through the night. Audra and I, just to give you guys a little update, we made a trip down to Florida one way. We had a beautiful adventure for the second time around and drove back. But we ended up picking up another little asset for the business to allow us to tow comfortably. And we really wanted something that was diesel, so it was really cool. Quite the adventure. We had a lot of fun and we made it safely, which was the #1 goal. But today we want to talk about, we constantly get messages and keep those messages coming. We love the comments in the videos. Definitely subscribe. We are rocking and rolling with our content here. But every single person getting in that's interested in the Crested Geckos, that want to become breeders or just keepers on a small level, they ask the same question, which is what morph should they start with. They ask, especially if they want to invest on a breeder, meaning they're coming from a different species of reptile and they're getting into the Crested Geckos and they want to know where they should invest their funds. And it's a very simple yet complicated answer, because on a business side, anything you invest in, you want to produce revenue. Being that they're reptiles, that as long as you take care of absolutely all their needs and you pair them together, they will produce babies. They will reproduce for you at some point. Therefore, multiplying your numbers, you're going to bring in revenue no matter what. But it depends on your angle and it depends on you. So I want to put this video out to clarify a lot of things, and hopefully people can find this video when they're seeking interest into the Crested Gecko field. We truly mean, because we give everyone pretty much the same answer, we try to elaborate as much as possible. But Crested Geckos are such a niche that it's extremely difficult to make a business out of it. Not only is it extremely difficult to make a business out of it, your platforms and things that you attempt to do, whether it's marketing, promotion, advertisement, are so minute that it's really, really hard to break through a lot of those algorithms. So in a sense, you have to almost have a business mind in and of itself, and also have an interest into Crested Geckos, or vice versa. And you have to go all out at both. But to keep on track as far as talking about what gene, I know you guys are already thinking, oh, jump in and get into, sables or, fraps or exantics. Well, that's actually not our answer. We're gonna give you straight up the generic answer, but we're gonna give you why in this video. So the bottom line answer to that question for everyone that is new and trying to get into it is take a deep breath. Don't buy immediately. Educate yourself, gain as much information in the hobby as possible. Look around at everything everyone is working with and see what catches your eye. Okay. Once you see what catches your eye, then that's the rabbit hole you go down. Stop worrying about prices. Okay. When, especially the investment breeders, because any species you're coming from is still reptiles. It still corresponds to Crested Geckos and any other species. It's going to be a simple supply and demand. But even if you get into a flooded market, whether it's turtles, whether it's ball pythons, or whatever it may be, you have to figure out a way, planning through promotion, marketing, advertising on the business side, to etch out your own lane on what you want to do in that field. That's the same way that every business startup, whether you see, I don't want to say Walmart because they're huge, but small mom and pop businesses are popping up every day somewhere in this world. A lot of them fail, but a lot of them are successful as well.
Hey guys, Flawless Crested Geckos here, Will, Audra, and we're here to tell you about our Patreon.
Yes, going through tough times, you got to know that Flawless is always going to have your back. If you go over to patreon.com/flawlesscrestedgeckos, you'll see all the perks and benefits it is there for you to come and support us on our Patreon. $50 a month turns around and goes right back into your Flawless Crested Geckos savings account for you to use towards your next purchase.
Any purchase. We also give awesome benefits such as 5% off the top of the price of the gecko. We give free merchandise, t-shirts, we have stainless steel tables, tools, yes. All kinds of goodies. We also give free shipping to our members all year round, no blackout dates. And, we give awesome tips, or we think we do anyway.
That's right. So go over to patreon.com/flawlesscrestedgeckos
and join our family.
Well, not only that, a lot of them are in the same fields that there's other powerhouse businesses in those fields. But we're human. So as humans, we go out, we seek and see what's needed, and hopefully we try to provide what other people want. So that's where I'm going. That's the angle we're going here at Flawless. Everything we work with, everything we have programs with, we always are holding ourselves as our number one customer. We want to produce animals that we are genuinely excited about, and work problems that we are severely interested in. Where a lot of times you hear us in our previous videos, please go through, binge watch as much as possible. We love that. And we appreciate it. But we've turned down a lot of monetary value for a lot of our holdback animals because we feel like those are the pieces to keep moving us forward in those projects. And we are just as excited in year 8 of breeding as we were in year 1, 2, 3. And no matter what's going on in the market per se, we let the business side of our minds take care of whatever needs to be done on that side. And as far as the passion and excitement, it allows us to stay focused on the main thing, which is producing the next head scratcher, the next, this confuses us, let's figure this out. The next generation of, whatever program we're working that's stepping us forward towards a potential goal. That excitement pushes us every year to continue to keep doing this. Like I said, we're just as excited today as we were year 1. Now, the reason that that's important is because if you're a keeper, it don't have to be a big business, but if you're getting in as a keeper, that excitement you feel, you want to figure out a way through your breedings, through your pairings, and through your keeping to keep that excitement on level 8, 9, 10. I'm not going to tell you that everything is perfect in the world, because whether you're a big breeder, small breeder, big keeper, small keeper, you're going to have your ups and downs. It's going to be how you handle them. You're going to have that breeder that passes away, and you have to deal with that. Or you're going to have that, season where it's just a crappy production season and your males and females are not pairing for you. These things are going to happen. Again, that's something you have to adapt with on the business side of your brain on why you want to continue to work that project or to work in that species at all. The totality of circumstances with running a business is you have to have a very stout business plan that is able to level up and level down. You have to be able to alter it, not necessarily on the fly, because we are humans and we love to go the path of least resistance. And what I mean by that is like, our best analogy I can use is, I use myself for example. If I'm going to go to the gym and I write out an entire gym plan, or you're going to start back to the gym and you're planning on going to the gym, and I'm going to do 60 minutes walking on the treadmill. I'll keep it simple. That's what I'm going to do. 60 minutes walking on a treadmill. Well, for a lot of people, when they go to the gym and they're like, all right, cool, I made it to the gym. That's an accomplishment. Awesome. I got on the treadmill. That's an accomplishment. Awesome. I'm 10 minutes in. I'm crushing this. This is easy. No problem. 20 minutes in. Oh, yeah, this is going awesome. 30 minutes in. I'm like, oh, my God, I ain't going to make it. So then what happens? Your brain, because we're human, going the path of least resistance, you hit 40 minutes. You're like, yeah, 40 minutes is close to 60. Let me hit that stop button. Hey, I did at least 40 minutes and I'm out. And you leave. Not saying you didn't get to work. You still got to work. But all I'm saying is your goal that you set forth in front of you, you didn't attain that goal because your body was telling you couldn't do it. It was just another obstacle. Could you have pushed through it? Probably so. But your brain, because we're human, plays tricks on you and say, hey, that's good enough. And sometimes you win that battle and sometimes you lose that battle. The same thing applies to the business world. The same thing applies to when you wake up in the morning and you say, hey, should I use one of my sick days or should I go into work? Same battle. So again, all of our videos, everything we put out under the Flawless brand is to bring everybody together. We really, really think that it's enough room in the industry and the hobby for everyone that's interested to have their own etched out lane. So when you're asking for specific morphs on what you should work, that's going to always boil you down to your preference. Not only your preference, if you like tiger, if you like cap, if you like sable, work it to the best of your ability. You don't have to jump out there and spend thousands and thousands of dollars. You can literally level up. You can get what looks great to you. You can get things that something looks a little off and looks a little distinguished, looks a little specific that maybe other people aren't seeing, and work that angle. We've seen a ton of people do that, especially when, for example, when caps came out, there's a bunch of people that, picked up caps in pet stores or from random breeders that it wasn't established lines and ended up proving it out. And I'm only using that for an example because there was things in certain geckos that people see that other people may not see. And then it ends up panning out or proving out. So that is the answer to that genuine question for anybody wanting to get into the crested gecko hobby. Listen, work the things that appeal to you. If it really, really catches your eye, work it, because you won't lose that enthusiasm nor your excitement about that project by working something that you love. It's going to be very easy for you to, let's say, ask me, hey, what's the morph to get into? And I tell you, oh, get into a Xanthics. And you're like, okay, awesome. And you go and you dump a bunch of money into Xanthics or a little money into Xanthics. And guess what? Maybe that's not your thing. And you do it for a year or 2 years and you're like, yeah, I don't really like it. And you lose your passion because the passion was never there. But if you get into the game and you say, I love crested geckos, it's something new, I just learned about them, but I don't know where to start, and you come across a video like this, hopefully it'll help you out. Because now you'll see, oh, okay, well, I think phantoms are cool. No one else is really, really loving, phantoms. They may look plain, they may look this, but you specifically love phantoms. Hey, you may work a phantom project where you have tangerine phantoms, red phantoms, cap phantoms, and work it to the point where now, 4 or 5 years into the game, you're known as the phantom breeder. And I'm using that as an example. This dream, this hobby has to be fulfilled via passion. So passion, your vision is the answer. Anyway, this is Will. This is Flawless Crested Geckos. Hit that subscribe button. We love you guys and we out.